10th anniversary edition of Rebelle Rally Live. We are coming to you on location from the finish line of day 2 and the day 1 of our first marathon stage in Belmont, Nevada. I'm Alyssa Roenigk. Next to me is Matthew Johnson. We're going to be your hosts and guides through the next 7 days of the Rebelle Rally, the longest competitive off-road rally in the United States. So, Matthew, why is the finish of the Rebelle Rally in front of Dirty Dick's Belmont Saloon? Why are we doing this show from a bar?
Well, the reason people come to Belmont, Nevada is because it's a home of some of the best off-roading accessible in the country, literally in the country. We're at 7,400-ish feet here elevation. The roads are beautiful, the trees are beautiful and everything, and then the adventure the teams have been on have led them here. This is the home where they're going to be camping here in town as the overnight for the marathon. Shall we explain how the marathon works?
I think so. So a marathon is a 2-day stage, and this particular marathon is a loop. And so if you remember this morning, we started at Base Camp 1, just west of here, west of Tonopah, so quite a bit. It took us about 2 hours to drive here. And so they started there. This is the end of their first day, so the teams are all starting to come in now. The finish line is just to my right here, and then they will hang out here. They have about 2 hours, I believe, to hang out in Belmont. Then they will head down to their camping area. They will self-camp. Today they are completely self-reliant. They have their own food. They bring everything with them. They packed up all their tents.
No mechanics here either.
Exactly. Everything they do, they are on their own for these 2 days. And then they will take off. The start will just be wherever they camped, and then we will see them back at Base Camp 2 Sunday night.
And I love the way you said it took us 2 hours to get here, but a lot of them, it's going to take them more than 10 and a half hours to get here.
Yeah.
So they were given 10 and a half hours to make it today. What we've been overhearing and watching on the tracker today is that it was full of surprises. And we kind of suspected this morning on Emily's interview, right, that difficulty 3 seemed like maybe an undershoot for what the day had in store. And it looks like that is going to be the case. We do have several cars here into the finish, lots more stacked up that will be rolling in as we get going here.
It is interesting how clairvoyant Emily Miller is in those interviews in the morning, because exactly what she said on day 1 was going to happen, happened, and exactly what she said today. Teams were really going to need to get out of their cars, take headings, make sure they knew where they were going. And the teams that didn't do that have been having a real struggle today and are going to be racing in the proverbial sense, not actually racing, to get to this finish line before their checkpoint.
Emily said a key thing about navigation has to be a priority over speed at all times. And there's a lot of opportunity today with flowing roads to prioritize speed over navigation, and that bit a lot of people today. So in a moment, we are going to take a look at the scores. As part of a marathon, the teams do not know about the scores, and so we're going to casually kind of throw them up here on the screen for a short period. But Carissa and Trista, what a great day for them. 199 points of available points today.
92% on
a
difficulty
big day.
3 day. Wow.
Shelby Hall,
Impressive.
Roy Lewis with 193 points today. This is strong results.
Yeah, Lynn and Renee up there in the top 5.
Just kind of scanning this for ourselves here at the same time. Now, this is not the whole story. You get 25 points when you check in at the green at the end of the day. And so for anyone that's not at the green yet at the end of the day, these points do not tell the whole story. You need to go and look at these while we're shooting the show to watch the scores update themselves.
That's a really good point. As the show goes on, this leaderboard is going to change, because over the next hour, a lot of these teams are going to come in, get that big green checkpoint, all those points, and we're going to see this really shift.
And it's still somewhat based on the start order this morning and the amount of time they've been on course. All right, we'll have a look also over at X-Cross, where we stand now for day 2 results. Ooh, Carrie Landau and Andrea, if they make it in here, we'd love to talk to them tonight, right?
Yes, absolutely. We hear I think they have one more checkpoint, so there is a chance that we're going to see them roll in here before the end of the show. So I don't think anyone on that list yet has completed. Well, that's not true. Emmy
No,
Hall,
Emmy's here.
Hall and Miller, they are back here. So they have collected all of their points for the day, but there are not too many of them. I think they're the only X-Cross class. They
Becca, by the way, Becca Donahue said that the other Becca turned to her in the middle of the day and she said, "Is this supposed to be fun?" Because I am not having fun.
I'm not having fun today. There is going. I think that's when we might a little later in the show talk about what a day 3 is.
Yes.
Here at the Rebelle.
We've got to
Even
explain
though
that.
this is day 2, a lot of folks are having a day 3 out on course, and so I think it's a good time. Like we said, we're sitting in front of this historic 150-plus-year-old saloon here in Belmont, Nevada. Let's bring in the third member of our team because I think she's with some folks inside the bar where it's nice and warm and cozy. Katy, are you?
I'm here. I'm not quite inside yet, but I'm watching the teams. They're slowly trickling in looking for paperwork. So we'll have to go inside and see what that means. But Dirty Dicks, I've been here before, and I have a long list of places on the Rebelle Rally that I pin on my Onyx map to bring my friends back to. But let's go in and meet Tracey and Birdie, the owners of this fine watering hole. Follow me, Kramer. We're just going to sneak in here. I'm sure they won't mind if I just walk straight into their bar and say hi. Kramer? Kramer. He's with us. Hey there. How are you doing, Tracey? This is Tracey, the owner of Dirty Dicks. How are you doing?
Good. If it was going any better, I think the deck was stacked.
Now, when did you find out all these lovely ladies would be coming to your bar?
I got a call from Emily Miller, and she said, "I've got some bad news for you. They're going to be inundated by beautiful women." I said, "I've had worse calls."
And I've spent some time with some of your friends over there. We've got some real characters in here to talk to tonight, don't we?
Yes, you do. It's actually the salt of the earth and locals.
And now, what's the local drink you said you and I are going to make together?
We're going to make a pecan punch.
Okay, well, back to you, Alyssa and Matthew. I'm going to make us a pecan punch.
And we knew you before you had the punch.
Awesome. That was really fun, Katy. Thank you. It's always fun to see the salt of the earth folks that we find up here at Dirty Dicks. It's an entertaining place to be. We had lots of side-by-sides come cruising through town. This is totally a place that just gets inundated with people adventuring out in the backcountry. I could see actually Carrie Landau pulling up number 200 there in the X-Cross vehicle. That Subaru of hers is pretty easy to recognize from a distance this year.
That's a nice shot because you can see where they're coming in over this pass over my right shoulder and then coming down into Belmont, and then they check that green checkpoint. You can see the green flag right up at the top, sort of coming now to the left-hand side of your screen by the flag, the green flag by the American flag, and that's their green CP. And so if they did everything right and took all of and went for all the checkpoints, they're going to be coming down through this pass, and that's the way they're going to be entering and clicking at the green checkpoint. Look how beautiful
that green checkpoint is 25 points. So like I was mentioning, as they come to the green checkpoint, they get the 25 points, and so that leaderboard is going to be updating, as you know. So I'll bet you by now, Katy has set up some other fun interview. Let's check in with her. Katy, how's it looking in there?
In here it's warm, I can tell you guys that. I've got the good position. It seems I've been inside a lot on this rally. I'm here with Kendra Miller and Emmy Hall, who's chatting with our friend Tracey.
Oh, yeah, we're finding out about the Nevada State drink. The Nevada State drink apparently is the pecan punch.
Well, that's what he's making me, and what he said earlier is he said we knew her before she had it and we'll know her after. So we're going to have to let the show go on to see how that spins out. Now, we've heard today that Emily said, I heard her say this morning, take headings. And people have, what I can see on the track, have been lost in the canyons and all over the show. What was your experience with headings, or were you on point today?
We did pretty good. It's just tricky. There's washes and there's roads, and we're using a really zoomed out map where it's tough to tell if that road's the right road for you or not. It may or may not be on the map. And it takes you a minute to kind of go along the road to figure out if you know where you are or not. The canyons are tight and windy, and a lot of stuff looks real similar. So
Now, given that you guys are experienced rebels and you've been in this area before, do you feel like that you have an advantage?
Not really, because we were taking a lot of like trails and routes that we've never taken before. It was really gorgeous, and we've been so many places. They all kind of blend together, and you're like, I think this is no.
So possibly more confusing because you feel like you've been there before. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was beautiful out there.
Well, I'll let you enjoy your drink, and we'll see you after the marathon stage tomorrow night. Now, where did my friend Steve and Bill go? They might have gone in here. Well, let's go and see what the women are doing, what they're collecting. Every time Rebelle has walked past me, they've blown me off because they've wanted to collect some documentation. Would you mind sharing what documentation is so necessary for this evening, Laura Wanless?
Right, we got the checkpoint guide right here for tomorrow. We're going to plot the checkpoints tonight for tomorrow. Maybe I could speak normal. Sorry.
Wait, could you please tell me why you're having trouble not speaking normal?
I'm tired.
Elaborate on that. I think I've seen a lot of really confused and tired rebels today. Why is that?
I'm not confused. It was just, it was tougher than yesterday.
How about you, Penny? Are you confused?
I'm not confused, no. I'm very found.
Of course you're not confused. You're both tired. Maybe I'm confused. I'm going to throw back to Matthew and Alyssa, and we'll get to talk to some more people. Bye.
Thanks, Katy. That was a lot of fun. Well, these two ladies who I'm standing with seem fresh-faced. They've just been giggling since we got here. So I think that Carrie Lando and Andrea Schaefer have had a pretty good day out on the rally. So yesterday was a 1. That was sort of the 1 out of 5 difficulty that Emily Miller was giving today. Today was a 3. How would you two rate the difficulty of today, the first leg of this marathon?
I definitely would say it was harder than yesterday. There was a lot of roads out there. We had to get out multiple times and take headings just to make sure that we were turning on the road that we wanted to be turning on. So it was definitely more difficult than yesterday.
Yeah. And so one of the things we were talking about a lot this morning on the show was Ophir Pass. Emily spent a lot of time. We have these very beautiful flyovers where you look at the map. And one of the questions Matthew and I had for her was, how well will the X-Cross cars fare over this pass? Will they even attempt this? Because it's pretty difficult driving. So first question is, did you do it?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We were absolutely,
Well,
as long as we...
What was it like? What was that pass like?
Oh, it was a lot. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It was a lot of fun driving. I love off-road driving and pushing my car to the limits. And it was absolutely gorgeous, a lot of steep terrain. I really had to pick your line very carefully.
Yeah.
The X-Cross vehicles probably had to maintain their momentum because it was some really steep stuff.
How far out, how difficult was the navigation in that area to get her
there was
into
the one black checkpoint that had some...
There was a black at the beginning and a black at the end of through the pass. At the very top of the pass, there was a blue, so that one was a little bit easier to find. The one at the beginning, the black was a little bit easier. The one at the end, actually, that one had like roads going different directions. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad for us. It wasn't. It might have been difficult for other people, but for us, we're the defending champions.
snow.
Where did you find snow?
Right at
On
the
the pass.
top.
Oh, at the top of
Yeah.
Ophir Pass. How
Yeah.
cool! I mean, Emily said that was the tallest pass we've ever had on the Rebelle, so that makes sense that you had some snow. So we have some footage
Oh no.
from out on course. So we're gonna roll this, and I would love if you two ladies would talk us through what's happening right now.
Oh, yeah, we're just rolling along and keeping pace and staying on course here.
Did you know the drone was with you right now?
I don't think I did. But, the suspension that we have on this vehicle is an aftermarket suspension. Really took us through all of the whoops and dips and stuff. That's us, checking out the map and consulting each other on where we're going and, taking off.
You talked about the suspension. You guys aren't running bone stock then.
No.
Correct.
So what because you're an X-Cross and these cars are not 4x4s, what has been the most crucial element that you've added to the car or any of the upgrades? What have you done to the car that you're noticing besides the suspension right now that you're like, thank goodness, this is what's really helping us through the...
Definitely the tires,
Yeah,
the
what are you running?
suspension, and the skid plates. I'm running Milestar Patagonia AT Pros or 30-inch tires. They've got nice big sidewalls. So we were able to do a full brake replacement so that we could get 15-inch wheels on there to increase that sidewall over the stock size. The suspension is a full coilover suspension, so it's a performance suspension. Doesn't come stock, of course, on a Subaru Forester. And then the skid plates we have, look at us jamming. The skid plates are there to protect all of the essential components.
That's part of the pass.
Yeah, that's part of the pass.
This is part of Ophir Pass.
Yeah, you
there
can
was
see all of
tons
the gorgeous
aspen trees that were just all sorts of colors.
I heard
and
it was a really, really beautiful, very
beautiful.
fall-like. Yeah.
On the once you got over the top of it coming down, there was aspen trees of all different colors, and there was a creek running through it that we had to pass several times, and absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I remembered to mention this off the top, but I should. You two are the defending champions of the X-Cross class.
Yes, we are.
You know, you're rally veterans here at the Rebelle, and last year you teamed up. You win the X-Cross class. It's the first Subaru ever to win. It is the first Subaru manufacturer-sponsored team. What made you want to team up again and come back? Nothing's harder than following up a championship with another championship because you have the big old target right on your back. What made you want to come back?
Well,
and
it's
try and
not
defend
unheard
that?
of course, to come back and win again. But our goals are aligned as teammates, and we worked really well together. And I didn't have a doubt in my mind that if Andrea could come back and we could compete together, that there was not a doubt in my mind that we would team up. We did great last year.
We work so well together.
What have you learned about each other so far this year that maybe you didn't even know last year about each other?
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
You stumped us.
Nothing is better than last year.
Bananas.
Well,
Oh gosh. Bananas
but-
make great faux cell phones.
But how key is that to being great at this competition? When
Making it
things
light
get
and
hard,
fun.
and the harder they get, the more you laugh and the more the banana phone comes out.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
How key is that to winning and just being good at this competition and just making it through the competition?
Well, it works for us.
Yeah.
It may not, that kind of humor may not work for everybody, but definitely works for us. We're pretty goofy, funny people.
Who were you calling on the banana phone?
Each other.
There's no one in the outside world we even want to talk to right now, even on
not
our
about
fake
what was
phone.
going on in the car.
I think I picked
We're
up the
still
phone and was like,
calling one
man, you
another.
have to go 2 more kilometers, man.
Man,
2 more.
that was not hard.
So I heard about a moment. I don't remember who was chasing you guys and following you guys, but there was a moment on a black checkpoint where they saw you sort of go out and just land smack dab in the middle of the black checkpoint, and then go up about maybe 60 or 70 feet and stop again. And so the question was, did you click at the right spot and go up and fake out? Like, was that acting? And how often do you do that at a black checkpoint? If you clicked and you know someone might be coming, maybe do a little acting and go up and say, oh, I still don't know where I am, or this is it, and
I
maybe
think
fake click at
oftentimes
another
we want
spot.
to get off of the spot in case somebody wants to come and be there. It's being good competitors and being polite to others. But yeah, there's an element of
Gamesmanship.
We'll go here and then kind of go up a little bit more
And then I'm replotting and figuring out the next one.
or
versus
writing
just sitting on it
or writing down the points
coordinates and stuff. Yeah.
and
This
then figuring out where we're going next.
This morning in the start line, a lot of the navigators said they did not have a chance to finish plotting all. I think there were 30. You could have, if you plotted all of them, you could have plotted 30 checkpoints. How did that go today? How different is it to have to plot out on course and not just get it all done in the tent?
Well, sometimes what happens is we're supporting
Other
other teams, and that becomes an important component of when we're able to see them. We want to try and support them, especially when times things are hard.
More often than not, we get everything plotted in the
Yeah.
morning. Today we had 3, I think, that we didn't get finished just because we were, like she said, supporting other people. But yeah, we just took a few minutes and plotted them and moved on.
And oftentimes she'll, we'll click, look at the coordinates and be like, okay, this was a heading and distance. Let's plot that. And she plots it and just reconfirms where we were.
Well, it sounds like just from the energy. I know you all have this kind of energy anyway, but it sounds like you all are pretty confident you had a good day today. I know you don't get your scores yet until the end of tomorrow,
Right.
but enjoy the rest of your time here in
Thank you.
Belmont, Nevada. Have so much fun at the camping
Thank you.
spot. This is such a beautiful spot for a marathon stage, and I can't wait to see you both back
Yeah,
at Base
thank you.
Camp 2 tomorrow.
Thank
and
you
see
so
how
much.
you've done. Yeah, congratulations so far. You guys are doing great.
Thank you. Thanks.
The team to beat. Team 200. All right, so let's go back into the warmth of Dirty Dick's Belmont Saloon. Katy, who do you have for us in there?
Well, I've found a seat at the bar, which is quite fabulous. And I'm here with Bertie, and she's the owner of the bar. And I said, so a lot of these women have had a really rough day. What is your advice to them? And what is your advice to them?
Go home and go to bed.
It's perfect. Thank you so much. Now, I've also got Jimmy Lewis next to me, who's our course director, and his lovely wife, Heather. Thank you for joining us. A couples interview. Perfect. Now, Jimmy's got in his hand a phone. We know this is an analog event, but Jimmy spends his entire day watching dots. Okay, so I'm working too, Jimmy. Yeah. Okay, so I understand today was quite rough. I was looking at this tracker and I saw like this one here, a few quite off-piste. Can you see that, Kramer? Like just dots everywhere.
Dots right now. This is the end of the day. This is earlier in the day, but so this is earlier in the day, and then you see dots start going everywhere. Well, that's when it becomes real problematic for me. Because
Okay, can you tell me why that's problematic? Have they gone off course?
yes, yeah, in a lot of different ways.
And why is that problematic from a course director's point of view?
Well, we're only, first of all, we're only permitted on certain routes, and so if they start going on routes we're not permitted on, that we have to call them right away and stop them. And then we have to make sure all of our course workers or officials are positioned in certain areas to catch them or address any, if they're having problems or issues. We've got people out there that are paying attention. Sometimes the girls just get really turned around, frustrated, things, and then we kind of have to, I don't like to use the term herding cats, but I might have used that many times today.
Well, and it's at that part of the day when I remember competing that you've turned around, you haven't eaten, you haven't drunk anything, and it just starts to spiral out of control. And you're not allowed to help them. You just have to stand by and watch. So it's got to be hard.
So that's probably the best thing about my staff is they're really good at kind of standing back and not doing it. Because we're going to let them figure it out. I mean, that's what's cool about this event is you're going to get pushed into a corner, and really this is day 3. And we always talk about the day 3 of the event where it's really difficult and it's just everything collides into one. Well, even though it's only, day 1, it was day 3 for a lot of people today. We saw it, and you just see people making kind of, if they're rookies, it's a rookie mistake. Or if they're seasoned competitors, it was just, and you just mentioned it, mistakes compound on themselves. But we're always watching, and then just kind of eyes in the sky, checking to make sure things are going right, and then just kind of ready to intervene when if it becomes problematic, we're kind of ready there to head it off before it gets really bad.
And then today I'll get the numbers wrong, but it was 100 kilometres more than yesterday, and they only had 30 more minutes of time. So the pressure was a lot bigger today, and it felt like the wheels fell off at the end because they were so into the game at the beginning.
Yeah, I think, yesterday was this is day 2. I don't even know what day. I know where we're at and exactly where we're at. But I think that yesterday was so easy, they got overconfident. And then today was, if yesterday was a level 1, today was maybe a level 6, 5, maybe 5.
Overconfident. Okay. He's not saying anything too loud because we've got a lot of rebels here and we can't let them hear how tomorrow's going to be. Okay, so I'm going to come find you again on course throughout the week, and we'll
Good luck.
He says good luck. Let's go back to Alyssa and Matthew.
Thanks, Katy. Did we hear Jimmy right? He said tomorrow's a 6?
Today.
Or
I
today
think,
was a
yeah,
6.
yeah.
Sorry.
On a scale to 5.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 5, what Emily Miller gave a 3 became a 6 today. So we're going to ask you all to stay here just a little bit longer. We're going to get away for some commercials, but we're going to be coming to you right back here on Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota from Dirty Dick's Belmont Saloon.
This is what we do. We maintain, we obsess. It's hours in the garage and days slipping by. Trusting Kunkel to protect what matters most. Taking care of the things we love. It sounds obvious, but when you do it right, you're protecting an engine for its lifetime. So look under the hood. You'll see what drives us.
Engine protection for the lifetime of your vehicle. Pennzoil. Long may we drive.
Welcome back to the Rebelle Rally, and this is Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. This is day 2 of the event, sponsored by Baja Designs. We are coming to you live, you can see us down there, coming to you live from Belmont, Nevada, and if you see just there in the upper left of your screen, that's the finish of the first day of this marathon stage. Started this morning at Base Camp 2. This is the end of the first day. They're going to be spending a couple hours hanging out in the town, and then they're going to head off to self-camp, and then they're going to start tomorrow and finish this long 2-day marathon stage back at Base Camp 2. So there you see in the background, Dirty Dick's Belmont Saloon, 150-plus year establishment staple of this community. The community sort of grew up around it.
And it's never seen somebody like our third teammate, Katy, who is in there with, I believe, another interview that's ready.
Katy, who do you have for us?
I'm here with Chris Vogler, a very seasoned Rebelle, and I've just been talking to Jimmy Lewis, and he told me that he felt like today was feeling like a 6 for all of you. So did you feel like it, 1 to 10, how did it feel for you?
It was an incredible day. We saw some amazing things.
Like what?
Oh my gosh, we got sheeped.
Sorry?
We got stuck in a herd of sheep like many years before, and we've never had it. We got sheeped. Got to see 3 black sheep and the whole herd. It was fantastic. Got photos, a little video. And pronghorn. It was a great day. Beautiful. Oh my gosh.
But did it feel like a 6 and not the 3 that was, well, what did Emily say it was going to be in the morning?
I don't know what he said it was going to be, but it was not. It was just beautiful. I mean, it had some spots, but it was fantastic.
Now, how are you prepared for the marathon? It was quite cold when I was outside.
Well, I have this drink called a pecan, which is apparently what the sheep herders drink, according to Mr. Dick over here.
It's the local Nevada drink. I think I'm going to try one.
Drink, and if you try one, you should have only one, because 2 you might not make it off the front porch. It's pretty strong.
My
eyeballs are sweating right now.
My eyeballs are sweating. So when we left base camp, we saw 2 tents where all of you were camping last night, and either 2 people have left their tents, or they don't share tents, but they're going to tonight for less admin. What do you think that is?
I don't know why they left their tent, to be honest. We noticed that too. And it's not towards the end, where last year or 2 years ago somebody did leave their tent and went back after gala to get them. I don't know why they left them.
Well, my theory is they each had a tent, and for tonight, for marathon, they're like, well, we'll just have one tent.
There was 2 tents.
I know, okay, maybe my theory's not
really
good.
Screwed up.
Okay.
Did somebody leave and I didn't know?
I don't know. You know more than me. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow after marathon. Just before I throw it back to Alyssa and Matthew, can you turn around here, Kramer? And that's Dirty Dick. See that picture? Did we get a good shot of Dirty Dick? That's him. He owned the bar for a couple of years, and I think his name explains exactly how Dirty Dick was. Back to you, Alyssa and Matthew.
Thanks a lot, Katy. I love all the photos in there, and they've got all kinds of relics on the wall in Dirty Dick's, including train-like lined stakes, the different shapes of the steel used to nail down the train lines. Anyway, so I'm standing here with Team 156. It's Rasa Fuller, Leeway Pasak, and they're always one of my favorite interviews because they're just cool folks. So, guys, you know, obviously the question for everyone is, did you make it back on time today? How did you manage your time? Did you drive the wrong way for a long way? Because lots of top teams did. So just curious, how did it go for you?
Well, we made it on time.
Yeah.
And I think we had probably about a half hour to spare.
I think so.
Yeah. And we did drive the wrong way, but maybe not for a long way. We did like maybe 3 different, ooh, that's not right. Ooh, that's not right, at different times of the day.
And what is the strategy when that happens? When you've gone the wrong way and you're like, wait a second.
Fail faster.
Yeah, fail faster.
That's our
fail
motto.
Faster.
It's
No,
been
that's
our motto.
Great. That's such a good point. Fail faster. So to fail faster, what do you do?
We don't linger when we are not feeling it. We're like, all right, there's got to be a clue that says this is not it. As soon as we got that clue, we're turn around and go back.
And go back to what?
To the last known point.
The last absolutely known point, right? And then you can retake a reading and make a new plan.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, awesome. In this morning's briefing, Emily talked about a couple dry lake beds, some that were going to be difficult to exit. Leeway, you're mostly navigating, right?
I am.
Or you're always navigating?
Well, I mean, I navigate, but we share.
Okay, gotcha.
Especially when I don't quite know where I am sometimes. Can you look too?
Yeah, we're both putting our heads down on the map when we think we're at a point.
Good. I think it certainly takes a team.
Yeah.
How have you found the driving for today?
There were some, I don't know, just not like hard driving, but rough driving, like rocks and stuff. But the pass was beautiful, and I would almost say that was easy driving. It just was steep up and steep down.
Cool.
So, yeah, but we loved it. It was beautiful up there in the aspens. We were taking pictures as we were
great.
going.
That's cool. Did you encounter any rain or mud, anything today?
A little mud, but we escaped most of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us about I've tried to kind of get it in here a couple times. One of the reasons I love chatting with this team is they just make the most of their equipment. And their previous Toyota Tacoma had 350,000 miles on it. You guys used it 4 different Rebelles, right? And so now what are you driving?
We are driving a 2004 Toyota Tacoma, first gen, same year. It's much younger in miles, 150,000 miles. And it's a lot lighter. It's more stock. It's not quite as built up as overlandy as our other one was, which smaller tires, it's lighter weight. It's got a supercharger. It will go.
Nice.
It went straight up that mountain like no problem. There was not even, we were watching the temperatures the whole time. We're like, I think you're in a valley. You're driving so smooth.
Well, I think we have a lot of viewers who are considering doing the Rebelle, wondering what that looks like and what their equipment looks like. And so we can see what you prioritize. Like, what would you advise to someone that was trying to figure out how to outfit their rig to come and compete?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you don't need as much as you think you do. You don't need as big a tires as you think you do. Get good tires, get good wheels, get some armor underneath your vehicle so when you do hit something, it's not a big deal. But other than that, it doesn't have to be a brand new vehicle. In fact, some of the older ones, as long as you know your vehicle and you're underneath it and you know what things look like and you're doing your maintenance, they're great.
This is one of the key things we teach in Rebelle U is know your vehicle, know how your vehicle works, how to use its features, and then it's not going to let you down.
And do your maintenance.
Yeah.
Yep.
So any strategies for you guys tomorrow, knowing it's another big loop here, second half of the marathon?
I don't know. Just keep doing what
Like
we're doing.
you have 4 years of experience with each other. Are you concerned about where you are in the results right now? Do you put a lot of emphasis on that, or do you kind of wait and later in the week and be like, where are we and what could we achieve? Like, what's the mentality there?
Well, we are pretty consistent every year.
Okay.
And we would like to do a little better, but I think we watch every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're not too concerned about where we are in the standings right now. One of the consistencies for us every year has been our scores have gone down as we've gone into OHV areas further south because we are not as familiar with them as some other teams.
Gotcha.
And so we did a lot of spent time in those zones this year. So it's not as much of a concern for us coming into that this year. So hopefully our scores will reflect that.
Well, we're going to check in with you again and see how that has gone. It's always a pleasure to chat with both of you. Thank you very much. We're going to jump back in and see what Katy's got set up for us.
Hey guys, I'm here with Kate Thompson and Lee Rupee, and they are rookies. And of course, we want to talk to the rookies on the day that has fast become a 6. And before we do that, though, the topic of the conversation is this piece of art here on the wall, and we think it's the evolution of barbed wire, right?
Yes.
Did you come across any barbed wire or blocks today?
Oh, yeah. We ran in. Holly did most of.
That you can remember?
Yeah, we went the wrong way a couple times, so that was wonderful, but got to see the top of a mountain that we probably shouldn't have, but it was beautiful.
So when I was a rookie and those moments happened, the vibe went really low really quickly sometimes, and our strategies were to always have something to eat. Do you guys have a strategy for when things go a little bit sideways on how to bring the vibe back up in your vehicle?
Usually a sarcastic comment works really well.
Where are you from?
Kentucky.
Nice. Bit of sarcasm from Kentucky, that'll work. And what's your trick?
Just take a deep breath, eat, and then actually laugh at our jokes.
That's fantastic. And you know what? You made it back. It was a hard day for everyone, and you're looking fantastic. And I hope you enjoy the hen house. And then over there, actually, I've got to tell you this quick story before I send you guys back to Matthew and Alyssa. There's a sign up on the wall that says ECV, and it means E Clampers Vista. And there's a group that come here every year, and they're professional drinkers. And they play a game, and they put their belly on the table, and you have to measure around it to see who's got the biggest beer belly. And they are really nice to the community, and they give a lot of money to the community, but they tune up 600 at a time. And Dirty Dick's is an official watering hole for the Clampers, just in case anyone wanted to know that. All right, back to you, Alyssa and Matthew. Thank you.
Giveaway.
All right, thank you, Katy. That was awesome. And Matthew, thanks for that fun interview with Team Honey Badgers.
Yeah, they're always great.
They have my favorite team name. I love the Honey Badgers, small yet fierce.
They've got a little fierce logo on the back,
so
on
good.
the middle of their vest.
It made me smile when I saw them. So we want to get to a few things, but one, we have a great giveaway. If you've been watching the show, and if you have not gone to rebellerally.com/giveaway and entered our ultimate Rebelle giveaway, do that now for a chance to win $4,500 in Rebelle gear, tires, all kinds of products. You can enter now through next Sunday, the 19th, and then we're gonna pick some winners. Matthew, have you entered yet?
I have not.
I'm
pretty sure I can't, but
I did anyway. Stick right there. We are going to be right back after this short break, live from Dirty Dick's Belmont Saloon, here on Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota.
At Baja Designs, we have lights for all on and off-road enthusiasts. For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.
Adventure starts with a detour. Hey, thanks for trusting me.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Rebelle Rally Live. This is day 2, sponsored by Baja Designs. And Matthew, I know earlier you were talking about, I think you were doing some shopping for some new lights.
Yeah, I love the way Baja Designs breaks down the zones. Like, where do you want to see? Like, we've got lights that will light up what you want to look at. So, you know, looking at what the driving off-roading we do in our 4Runner, like I was trying to figure out, like, well, how big of a light can I fit in my bumper and all that kind of stuff. And luckily, they have many sizes for lots of applications. So anyway, go and check out the way they break down the zones to get illuminated and see what Baja Designs might have for you. You know, this has been really fun tonight. The show, obviously, it's a little loose, right?
I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind if we also were sitting inside Dirty Dick's Saloon and not out here in the cold. I'm a little jealous of Katy, but I think we're going to get to go join her in there soon. But for now, Katy, we're going to send it back to you. I think you have another team for us to talk to. Who you have?
Hey guys, I'm here with Eva Rupert and Azure O'Neill coming next to me. We've bellied up at another part of the bar. It's quite fun, really. Now, these two were a team, was it last year? 23. And it didn't happen, and you came on staff, and now the band is back together. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I had to miss last year because Hurricane Milton hit my house directly, and the Rebelle, Emily, everyone was amazing to let us defer to this year, and I'm just so thrilled to be here and be able to compete with my amazing teammate and these incredible women, and it's such an honor to be here for the 10th anniversary. It's wild.
So glad you're here. And as Emily always does this, if there's a situation and someone loses a driver or a navigator, she invites them on staff. So we got to know each other last year. It was great. Now, you just said to me that you made some really fantastic strategic decisions. What does that mean? Because I think there was some unstrategic decisions made out there today.
Well, strategic might be in quotation marks, but we started out third off the line today, so it was a spicy start to the day, an early morning. Azure was plotting on the fly as we were clicking off checkpoints all through the morning. And I will say we used every minute of the 10.5 hours that we had today because we skidded into this last green with 7 minutes to spare. So let's just say we maximized everything. We had some really great team bonding, and the truck ran fantastic. 2001 Toyota Land Cruiser. Wow, she was amazing.
Now, I always ask this question, did you stop for lunch? Because I have a theory about whether people stop for lunch. Did you stop?
We spend an inordinate amount of time talking about snacks in the car. It's what steady stream? Are we going sweet? Are we going salty? Are we going protein? Are we going straight carbs? How much caffeine are we consuming? It's like a steady stream. So lunch basically starts as soon as we're off the start line in the morning and ends just before we hit the arches in base camp in the evening.
This is why you're sitting near the snacks. Oh, that's fantastic. Do you stop drinking coffee at any point?
I don't understand. Sorry. What?
What's your favorite snack?
Ooh, I would have to say the almond butter-filled pretzels from Trader Joe's. They've just been clutch. Little sweet, little salty, got the protein in there, carbs.
What's your favorite?
Oh, we always do a Trader Joe's run prior to the start of the Rebelle, so I've been getting down with the veggie sticks. Crunchy, salty, pretends it's a vegetable, but it's actually just a chip.
So you can see by the joy on their faces talking about something as basic as a snack, but that can be whether or not you make or break a day on the Rebelle. Back to you, Matthew and Alyssa. Thank you so much, guys. It's great to see you back together again.
It's so true. When you take away all of your creature comforts, the comfort that you have on this rally is the food and snacks you bring on it. And snacks, I found here, can be such a polarizing topic. Everyone has their favorite snack. Not everyone likes everyone's snack. But it really, when you get out, especially on this stage on the marathon, it is so fun to see what people start pulling out of their cars, because you're going to see wine, you're going to see charcuterie boards, you're going to see fancy espresso makers and hot chocolate. It's really about finding whatever comfort, whatever thing you have at home that you go to when you need a comfort food, bringing that onto the Rebelle and having that sort of one moment of comfort. Maybe if it's little moments throughout the day.
Remind us who you like to camp near on the marathon.
Sabrina and I love to camp next to Dana and Karen because they've been here 10 times. They are women who love the finer things in life, and we knew they always had
They
the
do it
best
right.
food.
Yeah, if you're
So
hanging out
they
at a
were right
marathon,
here.
you want to go swing by them. Check in.
I think Team 108. Team 108. They've been 108 for 10 years. All right. So this, as we said, this is day 2, day 1 of the marathon stage, and we have 19 shows for you this week. There you see us right now. This is the evening show of Saturday, October 11th. We tomorrow, of course, will be coming to you. We're going to head back to base camp this evening, and we will be up bright and early to see you back at the. We'll be at the start line. The athletes will not. The competitors will not be back there with us. They're going to be out here on their marathon stage, and then they will be with us at the finish line show at 5:30 p.m. That's going to be pretty exciting.
It will be, and from a chilly Belmont, Nevada, it's 2,000 feet higher here than the other base camp, so they're going to have a chilly night camping tonight.
Yeah, hopefully they brought their sleeping bag liners. I've needed mine 2,000 feet less than this. Well, thank you once again for joining us here in Belmont, Nevada. This has been a really, really fun show. Matthew and I are going to get out of the cold and get into the saloon. We will see you right back here on Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning at 6:45 Pacific time, 9:45 Eastern time.